When you sit down and make a list of the issues we'll be dealing with over these next few years, there's the economy, there's our security, and there's energy pretty much at the top of that list. And because the search is on for any source other than oil, that brings us to our closing story here tonight, what can safely be called an alternative fuel. Our report from NBC's Kerry Sanders in Miami.
30 years ago, when American drivers were outraged as gas spiked to 55 cents a gallon, government scientists wondered if somehow
this is an algae paste.
Algae could be used as fuel. It was one of those tiny federal research programs mostly ignored until gas hit $3 a gallon.
There's no doubt we can get oil from algae. The challenge is scaling it up to very high productivity at very low cost.
Nationwide, at more than 70 private labs backed by hundreds of millions in venture capital, and at oil companies like Chevron and Shell, scientists are now reporting successes, squeezing enough biodiesel from slimy algae to make this a viable enterprise.
Algal oil has the capability of really replacing or displacing quite a bit of the petroleum diesel that we produce here in the United States, which is to the tune of 66 billion gallons.
Researchers discovered when this primitive organism is exposed to extreme sunlight or cold water, it creates stress, which causes the algae to produce oil.
The great thing about algae is Mother Nature made it to grow very, very fast. So instead of harvesting once a year or twice a year, we harvest every couple days.
While it grows faster than corn used for ethanol, giving algae enough to eat has been a problem. Every pound of algae consumes more than 2 pounds of carbon dioxide. One solution, grow it where there's an abundance of CO2. Power plants.
In one small-scale test in Arizona, the power plant pumped its carbon dioxide into water where the algae then absorbed it.
We're able to convert a renewable product like algae into fuel and at the same time consume CO2. It's a perfect story.
Algae to oil, literally the greenest of fuels. Kerry Sanders, NBC News, Fellsmere, Florida.